Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Fabulous Health Show. This is episode 8, Ways to Get More Activity in Your Day. I'm your host, Terry Chrisman, and I'm a whole foods plant-based nutritionist. And this podcast is all about obtaining optimal health so that you can live a long, happy life and age with grace and vitality. So today I'm in my gym. You can see I'm all sweaty and disgusting. I just finished my workout, but I did this on purpose because I want to talk to you about how you can get more activity into your day and increase your fitness without going to the gym. So Americans live a sedentary lifestyle. And in fact, most of the Western world lives a sedentary lifestyle. If you live in a city where there's cars and not very much public transport, that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to be getting out of bed, driving to work, or if you're working from home, basically moving from bedroom to office and sitting all day. And then afterwards, you either drive home or you walk from office to kitchen, you make your dinner, you sit on the couch, you watch some TV, eat some crackers or whatever. That is not a way to live, people. And in fact, the human body is a magnificent machine and it is made to move. But I also understand that getting up and going to the gym can be daunting for some people. Number one, it takes time. You have to get in your car. You got to, deal with the traffic. You got to find a parking spot. You got to get into the gym. When you get into the gym, you've got to know what to do. Maybe you've never been to a gym before. You feel uncomfortable around the machines. You don't feel comfortable in your own skin because you don't want to wear the exercise gear and have other people looking at you. Oh, by the way, people are not looking at you because they're so self-absorbed. They're just looking at themselves. So never fear that people are looking at you in the gym. So that's just a quick tip there. But maybe you don't want to do that. Yeah. And then maybe you go to the classes and the classes are really hard. You don't understand them. You're uncoordinated. It's not happening for you. That's a bad experience for you. So I'm going to teach you today about how you can get more activity into your day without going to the gym. But first, let me tell you about being sedentary. Have you heard that saying that sitting is the new smoking? Well, I did some research on this and it actually turns out that sitting is not actually the new smoking, but I really like it as an analogy because it puts the things in your mind. If I'm sitting, am I doing harm to my health? So even though 32% of Americans are inactive and only 16% of Americans smoke, that's half the amount. And you're twice as likely to die of smoking related diseases than you are of sedentary related diseases. It's still a really good analogy because let me tell you what happens when you sit down. And this is scientific. This is not just garbage I found on the internet. I always search scientific journals and get my information from respected sources. So when you sit, you are, and for prolonged periods of time, not just like sitting down, having dinner and then going off for a run. That's not what I'm talking about. When you're sedentary, it doubles your risk of diabetes. It increases your risk of cardiovascular disease, and it increases your risk of obesity. There is a very large association between all-cause mortality, that means dying of any cause, and watching TV. So the more TV you watch, the more likely you are going to die of any cause. Now that's a hardcore statement there. But what I'm trying to tell you is that you need to move your body. And if you're really scared of exercise or you don't want to exercise or it gives you the heebie-jeebies, then you need to start doing NEAT. And NEAT stands for non-exercise activity thermogenesis. And what this means is you're burning calories while you're not exercising. So you're burning calories when you get up to go to the toilet from your desk. You're burning calories when you are walking the dog. You're burning calories when you are playing with your kids in the yard, when you are gardening, when you are chopping wood for your fireplace. All those things are under the umbrella of non-exercise activity thermogenesis. And what this means is that you're burning calories, your body is becoming metabolically active, and you're not actually at the gym. Yeah. So here's a thing that you can do to increase your NEAT. I set an alarm on my Apple Watch, which I've just taken off to charge, every 45 minutes, and I call it the get off your butt alarm. And what that does is it tells me to get off my butt and do something for 5 minutes. So I'm just going to move myself back from the camera. So if you're listening, I'll just describe it to you. And we're going to see what's the sort of things that you could do in this 5 minutes, yeah? So if we go back here, oh, that's not a good angle. There we go. If we go back here, you can do arm circles, forwards and back. You can do stretches. Now, I'm going to do this very, very quickly, but you could do like 10 of these. You can lift your leg up and hug your chest. Now, if you find it really difficult to balance, you could stand next to a kitchen bench or something like that. You can do body weight squats. I'm not going to do them very deep so that I don't come out of the camera. And again, if you can't do this because you don't have the balance or you don't have the strength in your legs, then by all means, hang on to something. Again, you can also do split squats. Yeah, so split squats basically mean 1 foot in front of the other, split your legs and bend. So there's lots of things that you can do. You can twist your torso, all those things that you can do. They only take a couple of minutes and you get your blood pumping and you get that extra non-exercise activity thermogenesis. Now, if you have a dog, my advice to you is to walk your dog 5 times a day. And if you're saying, are you kidding me? I don't have time to walk my dog 5 times a day. That's like 5 hours. Well, duh, you're not going to walk your dog for an hour every time. Your dog needs exercise like you need exercise. Yes, they're asleep in the corner. Guess why? Because they're waiting for you to take them out and play with them. So instead of walking your dog for 1 hour once a day or 45 minutes twice a day, take them out 5 times a day for 10 or 15 minutes. And in between that, when you've set your get off your butt alarm on your watch or on your phone or even on your little alarm clock, play with your dog because that does multiple things for you. Number one, it increases your happiness. It increases your dog's happiness. Plus, you're moving your body. It's much better to move your body a lot throughout the day than be inactive for most of the day and then become active for a very short period of the day. So that's another thing too. You don't have to go and do an hour and a half of exercise every day or even an hour. You can break it up into itty bitty little bits. So 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, and walk up and down your stairs for 5 minutes if you've got stairs in your house or in your office. And that all adds up. So here's a few of my advice, a few tips for you to get more NEAT. So again, take the stairs. If you're driving somewhere like the supermarket or something like that, park at the edge of the car park so you have to actually walk all the way to the front door. And if you know you're going to one of those enormous shopping centres and you have to go to a shop that's at one end, well, park at the other end and walk through the shopping centres. Shopping centres are always nicely air conditioned, so it's going to be quite pleasant for you to do this. There's always, lovely music and whatnot, and you might even find something funky that you can buy while you're there. The other thing you can do is work in your garden. Gardening's great exercise. You have to bend down all the time. You have to reach for things. You've got to pull things out of the garden. That uses a lot of different muscles. What about painting your lounge room? That is a great exercise. So these are all things that you can do for NEAT. But what if you say, yeah, I'm doing all that, but I don't feel fit and I really need to get some exercise in and I'd love to burn some extra calories, but I'm not going to that gym and I'm not jogging around the block. Well, I have found this magnificent streaming service. It's called Beachbody On Demand, and it's like Netflix for exercise. So it's available in USA, Canada, the UK, and France, and it's magnificent. It was introduced to me about a year ago by a friend of mine that I met on the internet, by the way. So thank you, Natalie. She's now a really good friend of mine. And all you do is you put it on your TV or your computer or your phone or your iPad or whatever, and you press play. And on the service are many, many, many different trainers doing different types of exercise. So, for example, if you're into dance, they do yoga, they do high intensity interval training, they do cardio, they do weights, they do spinning, they do body weight exercises, boxing, you name it, they do. And it's all very, very easy to do as far as you just choose what you want to watch and then you press play, and they have different levels. So if you're just beginning, you don't want to do something that's high intensity. You want to start with something really simple, maybe some yoga, maybe some Pilates, maybe a little bit of light exercise. And then as you get better and better and more fit, then you can start upping the ante and trying out the more difficult exercises. So I'm so excited to share with you that I'm going to give you 2 weeks free of Beachbody On Demand. All you got to do is click the link below in the description, and there'll be a 2-week free Beachbody On Demand there for you. So I hope you enjoyed this podcast. I hope that was helpful. I hope you try out Beachbody. And if you don't want to try out Beachbody, that's all right. Just set your alarm and get yourself moving every 45 minutes and go play with your dog. Okay, tomorrow I'm going to talk about how the things you think about and talk to yourself about and words that you speak can create your reality and alter your health. So again, thanks for watching and listening. I'm available 10 o'clock a.m. every day, Central Time, US, on Facebook, on my public Facebook page, Terry Chrisman 10, and also on my YouTube channel, Fabulous Health. And if you go to fabuloushealth.net, you will find all the podcasts there. And they'll also find links to where you can listen to the podcasts on Apple Music, Spotify, Google, Spreaker, Deezer, you name it, they're all up there. So thank you so much for watching and listening, and I really appreciate you. So I want you all to have a fabulous day. See you later.